Boom. Reminisce show, man. Here we are again live every Tuesday, carrying the traditions of St. Kofa, man. Because sometimes we got to go back and collect what we forgot, man. I go by Logic, and I'm here with my brother.
Mindbender Supreme. What up? What up? You good, man?
Man,
You
that's
good?
how we doing it, man. Yeah, doing as good as we can be. As I mentioned before, like my grandmother passed last Thursday, and it was kind of unexpected, and just one of those reminders of life. And but most importantly, man, just I'm grateful for like the memories and like just being raised by my grandparents and spending all that time and the lessons and the culture. Like I feel like my grandparents really brought Jamaica to to our homes, to Toronto. And what I mean? So even before I even got to Jamaica, man, I already knew Wagwan because of the households I was raised in. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful for those foundations. And like I mentioned before, man, we got to live for the people who ain't here for us right now. You know what I mean? And that's
That's
just one
so
of those
real.
reminders. Like we have all our ancestors with us. Like we wouldn't exist without our ancestors. So it's like we got to represent for all those who came before us and those who come after us as well, right? So that's
You're
just where my
absolutely
head's at, reflecting. You feel me? So, but other than that, everything's blessed. Definitely can't complain. I mean, okay, I can complain because the last 2 days have been exceptionally cold and I'm
oh,
someone who like I'm someone who tolerates the winter, but these last 2 days I've been like, yo, if I don't have to go outside, I'm not going outside.
no, not, not. It is unbelievably cold. Like it was mild and kind of tolerable like a week ago.
Yeah.
I swear I saw some dude in shorts like at least less than 2 weeks ago, and I was like, that's a little too much, bro. But it was like, it was mild, and it's not mild right now. It's deep freeze weather, and oof,
Like I said, it's the kind of cold that makes you question why did we come to wait, we are
yeah,
from the Caribbean.
yeah,
Why like one and it's not carry the one, it's not adding up. Like why are we here? It doesn't make any sense. Like my face hurts. Why does my face hurt from
why?
being
Yeah,
outside?
exactly. It's brutal. Yeah,
No
so
one punched me, but it feels like it.
that's your real Mother Nature is just coming hard. Like Mother
Yo,
Nature, what did we do to you? Why are you so
yeah.
angry? Yeah, you're
But
so
but
right.
to say that, I do appreciate the fact that we get four distinctive seasons because let me tell you, man, summer in Toronto, like we really represent for the lack of sun. You know what I'm saying? For all those cold times when the sun is popping, we are really outside. We
It
are
gets
really
really
outside.
hot. Yeah, man, it gets really hot here now, man, and it's at like the edge of like where it really gets to degrees that are a little 5 more degrees, and it's gonna be
That's
really
true.
a health condition. And like, yeah,
That's
I mean
true.
that's the thing. In Vancouver last year, there were senior citizens dying in the summertime. Like I remember that, and like global warming is no joke, and
Yeah,
like we are lucky, like you said, we're lucky to have four distinct seasons, even though like the cold gets unbearably cold. But like, yeah, we do get a spring and a summer and a fall and a winter, and some places actually don't get, they just get like two seasons.
crazy man, crazy. Yeah. So we gotta push with that. But speaking of changing of the seasons, man, it seems like there's a lot happening, man, in America right now. Man, I can't even keep up with all the different things and stuff. And but
Bro,
let's what? Okay, let's talk about hip hop for a quick minute, man, because I've been seeing some things online. People specifically looking at people like Snoop and Nelly, and I can't remember who was the other artist that was part of
Soldier
uh,
Boy and Rick
Soldier
Ross. Soldier Boy and Rick
Soldier
Ross.
Boy. I kind of like expect, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But yeah, like Rick Ross, all these other guys, and but Snoop Dogg has been getting a lot of like criticism, and Snoop Dogg has really been able to play this like I don't know if I want to use the word like fence sitter, but just like he's been able to tap into a lot of like different like markets and I mean he's like in the Olympics carrying the torch and whatnot. I don't know how that connection happened, but hey, Snoop Dogg has incredible business and whatnot, so he's able to tap into all different kinds of markets and it doesn't like harm his brand. This is the first time I feel in a long time, where he's been under some scrutiny. People are not really pleased with that and this and that. So yeah, it's I'm curious to know what is your take on that, like artists, playing this position, this kind of like, representing, like for example, like Nelly said, he respects the office, which I thought was an interesting way of. What do you think, brother?
Yeah, brother. I've been taking it all in, and I'm deeply disappointed in Snoop more than anybody. Nelly, I did see him say that, and I do remember one or two other times. I think when Air Force Ones came out or whatever, Nelly did kind of make an allusion to like, "Hey, I respect the office and whatever." But I'm like, "Yo, that's kind of like those soldiers who are like, yo, I'm just following orders, and like it doesn't matter." It's like, yo, you can
that
you can respect the government, but if you think the government can never be wrong, you're an ignorant motherfucker. Like what about Tuskegee?
that's it.
We have infinite examples. Like you can't be like these people are always right. You have to
Like we do know, like
there are
it's like we
there's
go ahead.
countless, countless examples everywhere, black or not. There's white whistleblowers who are like the government. Yo, what about fucking Ed Snowden and all these people who are like, yo, the government is wrong sometimes, and they're corrupt sometimes, and yo, they're evil sometimes, and we have to stand up to them. So Nelly, that
Right.
like, I'm glad he thought about it for 1 second, but you're still wrong. That being said, most of my disdain and disappointment really does go to Snoop, because Snoop, if you've seen it, there's a viral clip that is honestly, this is a turning point for Snoop for me, because I've been rinsing that album for 3 weeks. That last Missionary album, his new
Yeah,
album,
you've been bigging it up. Yeah.
hard. I've been writing about it. I've been playing it. I have not pressed play on it since 2 days ago when I found out he was at the fucking Trump inauguration. Because in 2016, there's this clip of Snoop. Did you see it? Snoop's like, "Yo, fuck all these ninjas who are like performing at the Trump inauguration. Bunch of all coon ass jigaboo sellouts, tap
Stop
dancing."
this.
I swear to you, man, Snoop is tap dancing for massa, like going hard. Four
He do
years
need
ago,
back.
4 years ago, this clip, yo, he's going hard at rappers who are, yo, and you're like, Snoop, your own video, is this you, sir? Like, your own video makes you look like a clown at this point. And it's like, you were like, I mean, Lil Wayne was voting, like, he didn't even perform at the inauguration last time, but Lil Wayne last time was like, yeah, I'm down for. It was only barely a few people who were really down for Trump last time, but it was Lil Wayne and Lil Pump and like barely nobody else. But man, yo, you'll see that clip, man. And I'm like, Snoop is
I'm
lame.
definitely gonna look that up, man. Absolutely,
Yeah.
because
Yo, he goes in, he calls them like tap dancing coons. And he's like, you're who's gonna step and fetch it from massa? He like goes all the way in and is just talking pure like house Negro slave talk. And I'm like, okay, Snoop. 4 years later, man, this man is an embarrassment. Or I guess 8 years later, or whatever. But like, yo, so yeah, man,
yeah.
I am, and like, yo, Trump is wiping his ass with the Constitution right now. Well, like, first couple days in, remove America from the World Health Organization,
There's
and
a
the
lot of strange things, man. Yeah.
transgender rights are already down. Yo, they took down the fucking Spanish government White House website. All this, like the Latino, like all the Spanish website down. They're like, fuck you, Latin motherfuckers. We don't even
Wow.
like. There's just so many just like rude and racist and like blatant policies out the gate. There's 20. The
That's
last thing
great.
I'll say is like for his the immigrant ban where he just wants to like send mad motherfuckers out of the
Yeah.
country. India has already agreed to like 16 to taking back 16,000 Indian illegal immigrants. So
Wow.
Modi in India has already been like is licking Trump's boots, like we'll take back 16,000 Indians. But then there's 22 states who are already fighting, and they're gonna fight against Trump constitutionally in court and be like, "Yo, dog, your fucking immigration ban is like crazy," and like yeah,
Man.
we're not gonna be like supporting this. So there's gonna be some ICE agents who are like, this dude's going too far. So it's already gonna be like civil war.
Oh man. Like look, 2000. I mean, we saw what happened in 2024, man. I think in 2025, we're in for some things, man. we're in some things, but we gotta still hold faith, still gotta represent, and trust the process that good triumphs over evil. You know what I mean? So, we can't be
or
discouraged.
or or evil will destroy itself.
Yeah, it will eventually eat itself. I mean, that's what it does.
Yeah,
So
like
it's
yeah, yeah, man. Like, so yeah, man. And the last thing is like, did you see that stupid ass Elon Musk Hitler salute that he did? Like cornball shit,
when I
bro.
saw that, I was like, that's a very deliberate gesture. Now look, I'll just give benefit of the doubt. Maybe that wasn't the intentions, but that's the impact. You know what I'm saying? It's like it was just done in such an aggressive way that just I don't know, man. It just felt weird, man. Even how like his look on his face and everything. I was like, what is he trying to say here?
There's no middle ground with that shit. There's
Yeah.
like, this is a wave, like that's a fist
But he did it.
pump.
He did it in such
There,
like
there,
this like aggression. Yeah.
there's no fucking and like there's barely any other precedent in public speaking relations where somebody would misconstrue a Nazi salute with any
Crazy.
other, with literally any other fucking human
Like,
expression
yeah.
of
Right.
acknowledgement.
Right. Right.
Period. You're like, people are like, Queen wave is this, like, there's things like, yo man, bruv, like it's just
Yeah.
corny. You're like, I don't even know if you're actually taking this seriously, but this is the wrong time and place. Like, if this is a joke or not, this is lame as fuck. And like, that's a Nazi salute.
Yeah. And when you're on like a world stage like that, like you're definitely 100% going to get responses. You know what I mean? Like like people are gonna, and I don't know if that's what it was, just to get people, just like talking about it or whatever. But yeah, that was definitely like a conscious move. It was not an accident. It was very deliberate. Like, and you can see the look on his face, his mannerism, body language, everything was like, yo, that was calculated, deliberate, on purpose.
Absolutely. And the thing is, like, it's not the time or the place. It's not funny. And if you're serious, then you should be punched in the face at minimum,
Yeah,
gone to jail at maximum, or deplatformed or investigated. Like, are you a serious fucking Nazi or not? Like, both answers are shitty. Like, because what are you
yeah,
doing?
yeah.
Yeah, if you're just trolling, that wasn't funny.
That's
Period.
crazy. That's crazy. Like, that's a great, all things considering. And yeah, like I said, 2025, man, it's going to be, more things are going to be unfolding, man. We're still
Oh,
carrying yeah, so we just got to hold on tight. You know what I'm saying?
that's
But
the other thing. Yeah, man. I mean, one last thing I will say was it like, shout out to Martin Luther King, because it's Martin Luther King Day today. So some people were like, this is wild. Or yesterday it was. Yeah, it was the
yeah,
20th.
yeah,
So people were like, yo, this is a wild disrespectful to do on Martin Luther King Day. And yo, that's the other thing, man. One thing I really want to like reiterate to people is just doubling down on positivity and just being like, yo, we survived it once. It sucks that we have to go through it again, but we can survive it
yeah.
again. Like, yo, man, like, we all just got to do our work. And like, these people can't take over everything and ruin everything. Like,
Nope.
just have to like be a positive force in the world. So
That's it, man. That's it. Well, speaking of positive forces, man, like last time we didn't really get to build on it, but you brought it up earlier, which is the fires in L.A.
mhm.
Hollywood is on fire, man, and I don't, something. As I think about it, there has been other fires happening. I mean, there's always fires happening, but as we're talking about what was happening in L.A., I'm thinking about like the market in Ghana that was set ablaze too. Like, do you hear about that as well? Like, the entire
Yo,
market was just like set like the damage is just insane. And it's like, how did this even happen? Was it deliberate? I don't know. There's a lot of things happening for the fires in LA. I don't know. But what do you think? Do you think this is all like natural causes? Do you think there's something else going on? I mean, there's some conspiracy theories rolling around saying they're trying to burn away the evidence because Diddy and whatever. So
yeah, and there was also some talk about them trying to burn away a bunch of California and kind of start a smart city in a couple years with like with new real estate and new, like, with the new administration coming in, and just like, yeah, just kind of changing the politics. I saw something. There was like a quote that Trump had said where he's like, where he was apparently, I didn't see the full thing about this, but it is out there. He was talking about, yeah, like withholding funds to help Los Angeles unless they complied with some of his demands. And that's like the level of malevolent corruption this man was thinking. Yeah,
Wow. Of
California's
course.
very liberal, and he's like, yo, I ain't helping these motherfuckers out unless they start like bowing down to me on some. It's like, yo, this is
Wow. Hey, man.
unspeakably corrupt. This is like
Yeah.
so yeah. These things are these are possibilities floating in the air, and I like to consider it. I do my journalism stuff, and it's like sometimes it takes a little time for the truth of these things to come out. So it's like, yeah, man, like let's do a
Yeah.
little research, see what comes about, and like yeah,
Indeed.
sometimes it is natural, and then sometimes it is absolutely unnatural, and it is corrupt, and it's like an insurance scam, or it's like some weird
Mm.
political maneuvering in the background, and like oh, the one positive thing I did want to see, apparently Flavor Flav is doing like this funding drive and helping out people in Los Angeles for the fire.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
So Flavor Flav is doing some dope stuff. Shout out to him. I even saw, I clown on Game a lot, but I did see Game out there like handing out some food and stuff. So
Yeah.
like I'm not, whether it's just even like a publicity stunt or not, he's actually on the front lines helping out. So like,
Okay. Okay.
I got to acknowledge that. And the last thing that I saw, interestingly, Chuck D came out and he was like, "Please don't use my song, Burn Hollywood Burn, while y'all are making TikToks about this." Yeah, man.
Oh, that's what they were. Oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah. And he
wow.
had to come out and ask people, don't and he's like, my song is not about that. Like it's about like racism in Hollywood. It's not about these
Right.
like come
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
on. Like, yo, context people. So
Oh, context or is it prophecy, man? I don't know what's happening, but hey, we'll let Chuck D do his thing, man. We'll just, you know what I'm saying? Yo, like musicians have a way with words, yo. Like we've seen some really strange things through music and things that have come to pass in weird ways that do not connect. But I don't know, man. The timing is just impeccable, man. Like, so we'll just leave it like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, man. Big up Natty in the chat, man, saying Chuck D does not come outside for anything more, man. Do you know he was serious for sure? That's facts.
yo.
Yeah, man. He's like, yo, man, don't have no reasons for CIA to come after me and all this. Like, yo, I'm chilling. Leave me alone. I said what I said, but let me chill.
Chuck, actually, quick shout out, man. Chuck D came on. I was on a podcast last week with Mocha Only and Psy. We were
Okay.
reviewing the Leaders of the New School album, Time, and for the Body Hat Weekly podcast. And Chuck D jumped in the chat, yo, and he was just
Hey,
chatting up with us, man. So that was real dope, man.
hey, man. Big up, man. That's peace. That's peace.
Chuck
That's
is
what's
such
up,
a
man.
yeah, man, keeping it with the kids and checking up with the peoples, and yeah, man. So he was in the cut. But going in other directions, I did want to speak on. Did you see the Cameron stuff going on? We were talking about Cameron and his beef with Jim Jones last week,
Yeah.
and it's kind of expanded a bit.
Oh.
And yeah, Jim Jones has put out he put out a snippet of his new diss song. So
Oh, I
like,
did see. Yeah, I saw a clip of that, and I don't know. It didn't resonate with me. It didn't move me in any way. So I just
yeah,
kind of.
I was like, he's saying some things, but it was like it wasn't like knockout punches I was hearing. But it sounds like something like he's addressing the Dipset situation. And unfortunately, like they haven't like broken up right now, but they are beefing again, and it's just not a good look.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, with those guys, I mean, like I feel like there's always like rotations, of like beef and then reconciliation and beef again, and they're brothers. I'm sure something will get figured out. Hopefully,
I hope so, man. I
hip
want
hop
to,
sake.
yeah, man. I don't want to. I don't like. There's barely any crews left, man. I want to see these guys stick together. Dipset,
Yeah,
come on,
like yeah,
Dipset.
we need that, man. We need that visual, man. Like so. That's yeah.
Yeah, man. Take a
Again,
page.
man, we're gonna see.
take a page out of the Locks books, man. Them brothers never beef, man. Like yo,
Oh
Lock,
yeah, yeah. They're good to go from time, man. From the '90s, coming up. Shoot.
yeah, and
But
Smith and Wesson too. And I wanted to quickly shout out. They apparently have a new album coming out in February,
okay.
and
Okay.
interestingly, it's called Infinity. So I'm like, oh
All
yeah,
right. All right. Well, let's take it in, man. I'm here for it, man. I want to see these crews grow older and representing. And like I said, like until people coming out in like the chromed out wheelchairs and like the iced out, like, I want to see all of that, man. Like they got
that's
their
hip hop.
PSW on stage pushing them, and the man's are like, "Yo,
Yeah,
like, I need that, man. I need that,
straight
yo. I
up,
need
straight up. That's where hip hop's going, yo. That and then I'm here for that
that."
straight up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
It's
man.
like,
Rock
yo, man, I had to come out for y'all. You know what I'm saying? PSW didn't want me out here, but I had to come out for you. I was like,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, still got it. Exactly.
Yeah, man, straight up.
Yeah, man. Nursery home MCs. So,
Yo,
oh,
yo.
I,
Well, hold on, wait. Pause for a second. Let me just entertain that idea for a second. Yo, like a hip hop, like nursing home of
yeah,
like all the hip hop elders chilling, like in the site. Yo, I just pictured this like cipher. Anyways, yeah. I just want to entertain that idea for a second, man. That'd be kind of ill, man. All the elders just chilling.
that's what time it is, man. I mean, I think it was KRS-One who had a rap about that, though, man. And that's why not? Why not? I love the idea of just hip hop everything, man. Hip hop hospital, hip hop lawyers, hip hop doctors, hip hop city. So it's like
We have to, man, because
hip-hop
it's a mindset, it's a culture, it's a lifestyle. You know what I mean? And so it's a way of how you move through, through existence, yo. So yeah, of course, hip hop can exist in all these different branches of life. Yeah,
yeah, man. And I mean,
why not, man?
these guys, two couple cats have talked about it a little bit. You know, Akon was talking about his city, and Kanye is talking about doing a city. But like, it's obviously a massive idea. It's probably way bigger than one person. But like, still, just the idea itself is how it begins. And like, I'm here for it because it's like we've had hip hop mayors like in Detroit and some places like are sort of like what level are we going to expand it to? But I'm just dreaming big. I did want to ask your opinion on this one thing that just I saw this
What you
headline. So apparently Kanye's got his new album coming out pretty soon. It's called Bully, and Kanye just like a couple, we're gonna talk about that later. But apparently, like last week, Kanye comes out and says he's been more inspired than he's ever been in like many, many years because his daughter North came up to him and was like, "Dad, I want you to make me a bunch of beats." And like his daughter was asking him to teach her how to make beats. So he's like, "Yo,
Okay.
man, my new muse right now. She's been like, and like she's been getting down." So he's like, I made a bunch of beats for her. And in the process, I made a bunch of beats for my new album. And all my new album is like I've chopped up beats
Right.
with my hands because I was like teaching my daughter how to do it. So like, so he's
Oh
been
man,
saying,
come on!
yeah,
You already know I love that kind of shit.
yeah,
Hey,
that's what
yeah,
I'm saying, yo. That's what I'm saying. And I'm like,
you
yo,
already
that's
know.
I'm like, I'm more
Yeah,
happy for
yeah.
like,
You know what?
yeah, man, how does that hit you?
Yeah, that's really beautiful to hear, man. Because I know for people like Kanye and just I think like just black men creatives, we have children, especially for a lot of us, when I look at like my daughter and I kind of relate to how Kanye connects with his kids and his daughter in particular, and it's like our spaces for like a peace of mind. It's like that, that element of innocence, but also like reminds us of our childhood, and I feel like him connecting with his daughter is also part of his like childhood healing as well. You know what I mean? There's a lot of like I feel a lot of medicine in that type of works, right? Him rediscovering like his love for music because after you reach heights of success and whatnot, and then there's like the demand, it takes away the fun. So him getting back to the essence sounds like a Sankofa. You see what I did there, man? The Sankofa vibe right there. Him getting back to the essence and him chopping up because I love that Kanye, man, the chopped up sample Kanye, man. That's what put him on, right? So it would be kind of dope to see him get back to that, like college dropout Kanye, but with like a Afrofuturism type of spin to it. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
and I think him having his daughter being invested in something that he's so passionate about, like of course music, creativity. When you see your child kind of following your own suit, and it's not like a forced thing. I'm sure maybe in the beginning he was trying to kind of like usher his kids into the certain spaces or whatever, and kind of seemed a little forced in certain aspects. But the fact that she's like, I want to do this album and yada yada yada, it's bringing a new vibe. So I think it's very healing. I think it's a new creativity, and just a reminder to get back to like the essence of that. It's not about what's happening in the world, man. It's like just right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Absolutely.
excited to see what that's gonna look like. Not just North's project, but some of the other stuff that's being inspired, man, because it's going to unlock certain things for sure. That's what creativity does. Like you start discovering yourself in different ways, right? So
I
yeah,
agree. I agree, and I'm happy for him too, man. This is the most happy I've been for him in a minute.
yeah,
So
man,
yeah, that's peace and that's innocent and word up. So
yeah.
I think that's most of the news that I did.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No. There was one more.
I got one more. Are
Yeah.
you going to say the? You going to say
No,
the
I
same
let
that
you
I'm
go.
thinking of? What do you got? Go, get it, go.
Joey Badass.
No, that's not it. Okay, I got one for you, but go ahead, go.
Oh yeah. So Joey Badass is coming hard at fools next, yo. Joey Badass last week he was coming at Kendrick, and he was like, too much West Coast dick licking, which I was like, oh,
Oh,
it's a little extra, but I was like, oh
I
shit,
mess
like
with Joey Badass, man. I mess with him,
yeah,
man. Like on a
exactly,
music
like rap,
level, acting level, yeah, all of that, man. I mess with
yeah.
him, yo. Yeah,
So he was like going to Kendrick, like about everybody's hyping Kendrick up. So
yeah,
Joey's like coming back out with some shit. He was going to Kendrick, and then this week he put out a song where he was going at J. Cole, and
yeah. he's,
yeah, and he's
he's
like
like,
he he's had
yo,
this line. He's like, might delete later. Nah, fuck that. And he's just like, yeah, he flipped off the might delete later, and he's like just going at these cats next. Like I'm coming back out. I guess I'm like between power projects and like I'm
that's
just
all I'm
doing
saying. That's what it is.
rap. Yeah, I'm doing
He
some
got this
rap, but
window.
like
He's like, yeah. He's like,
yeah,
yo,
but like he's coming at cats in the game right now. He's doing
yo,
videos, he's jumping on beats. Some of it isn't on the level that as good as it needs to be, but he's taking the shots. So like I'm happy, man.
well,
But it's like not his very best stuff, but he's still gunning for he's shooting at the crown. So I'm not mad at
yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that, man, because he has the right energy, and Joey Badass is like a deep cat. You know what I'm saying? And I always reference the therapist series on from Noisy, where they had this one therapist guy, I forget his name right now, but it's a series that where they interviewed like Katy Perry and Prodigy from Mobb Deep. Joey Badass is actually one of the people on there as well. Joe Budden, Young Ma, and a few other artists, but Joey Badass was dope. Like, what I'm saying? And just like his level of vulnerability and self-awareness, and how he's been able to like really alchemize his energy. It's so from the moment I saw that, I knew that he was on a different like frequency. You know what I'm saying? So to see him come back into music and ready to rock and roll, hey man, I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready for that. But
Me too.
last thing I'll say before we sign off, man, is you specifically made a prediction last week. We were
Yeah.
talking about, what kind of artists would we want to see in Toronto? Who hasn't come, like, a throwback artist? We're thinking about like Nonchalant came up, but then you mentioned MC Light. And lo and behold, earlier today, a flyer popped up. I don't know if this is a meta thing. I don't know if they're listening to my calls or whatever, but
Yeah, word, right.
but the MC
I didn't
Light
know.
popped
I
up.
swear I didn't know. I just threw a wish in the universe and it bounced back.
And it was like, boom, yeah, she's coming, man. She's coming. I forgot the exact date,
I think it's
but I
March
know
8th or March
right.
3rd.
That's what it was. March. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's at the Phoenix too, which is like legendary spot. You know what I mean? So it's like the last spot. You know what I mean, for Toronto hip hop history. I feel that's been around for decades upon decades. So having her there is great, and I'm excited for it, man. MC Light, yo.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got to find a way to build with her, man. We need that interview. We need. I'm putting that in the universe right now. You know what I mean? We getting the MC Light
Yo,
Reminisce show interview
yo,
because she's just gonna mess with our vibe. She's gonna be like, "All of you, what, Mr. Front Row, stole from Africa? Yo, we gotta build. We gotta build." And that's all I want to hear, man. That's it. We're
yo,
just
that,
about
bro,
building, man. Preserving our culture, making the connection. That's it. That's it.
man, been fucking with you since paper thin, man. Yo,
Fine, man. We gotta let her know, man. I'm gonna
so
have you like, as like the like dangling carrot in the front, like rapping all the lyrics so she knows that we're serious.
I mean, yo, so that's the wild thing, yo. Sometimes I'm realizing these days, like, there are times where when I'm getting footage, like for my first time seeing, like, I've never seen MC Light. MC Light's one of the like last standouts.
Yeah,
I've seen
yeah,
probably
yeah.
a lot of people, like, but I haven't seen her. So like, I'm gonna rap a few of my favorite songs and verses of her, but
But
some of
yeah, you
it
want
I'm
to
just gonna
yeah,
like observe and then just be like,
got you.
I'm witnessing. Holy
So yeah,
shit!
yeah, yeah, yeah. Witnessing
And yeah,
greatness, yo.
sometimes just like, wow, yo, like
Yeah,
it's. I mean, MC like literally, it's probably gonna be. I mean, since 88 is when I first heard her. 88, 89. 89, I think, is paper thin, and I've
okay.
never seen her. So how long is that? 24, 34, 30, 35, 36 years. So
Hmm.
like waiting 36 years, like you're like, wow, yo, like ooh,
Mud.
it's gonna be amazing. Oh, but that being said, Cool Keith is also tomorrow, and I think I'm gonna pop into that. Cool Keith is at
Okay.
Lee's Palace, and that'll be dope.
Okay.
There's gonna be a lot.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
right, 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 right. That's right. That's right.
I think
Okay,
there's a
okay.
bunch of cats opening up. So yeah, I'm gonna rush over there after 10 o'clock. I don't think he's gonna be on that early.
Word.
So I'm gonna check Cool Keith, and then yeah, a couple dope rap shows. Peace to y'all, keeping the scene alive. Everybody out there. Shout out
Doubt.
to Nat.
Doubt. Enough love, enough love. All right, man. So yeah, we're talking about that. I'm sure by next week when we'll have some more things to build on, a lot of things to look out forward to. So we're gonna keep it like that, man. Every Tuesday, carrying the tradition of St. Kofor, man. We gotta go back and bring back useful. You know what I'm saying? We do this every Tuesday, 7 p.m. live Eastern time. I go by Logic, and I'm here with my brother.
I'm Bender Supreme. What
That's
up?
it, man. So we're gonna do this. Everybody stay warm. Yo, Toronto is extra cold right now, man. So if you don't need to be outside, stay inside, man.
Stay warm.